unemployed after having secure jobs just a few months ago. Businesses are working very, very hard just to stay afloat. And people are demonstrating and marching in the streets calling for change. From a public health perspective, an economic perspective, and a social justice perspective, we are charting new waters as a city. COVID-19 has had a devastating impact on our city's bottom line, just as it has for so many of our city's small businesses and residents. And as a result, as we have discussed at earlier briefings, our city is facing a $350 million deficit, the largest in its history. And closing the gap has required tough decisions and reductions across many departments. What we absolutely can't afford right now is letting this important moment pass without addressing the needs of our community. The budget that we put forward in April and later revised in May reflects some of those needs. The world, of course, has changed even since then. And I believe, based upon the very productive conversations that I've had with council members, that the final budget approved today will be a document on what our community needs right now. And while we wait for the vote of the City Council, I want to remind San Diegans what that budget focuses on. This budget is about focusing our priorities across the real and immediate needs that are facing San Diegans. It's also about our city employees, working night and day to provide the essential services that San Diegans rely on. It's about lifting people up. And it's about making sure that we make the tough decisions now to put us in the strongest position going forward. It does prioritize the essentials, like small business relief, sheltering and housing the homeless, and child care. It supports our city's climate action plan. It continues, even in the face of severe economic recession, to fund parks and recreation centers. I believe by the end of the day, we can also restore library hours and deliver internet access to low-income communities in a time when reliable online connections are practically essential. I also want to comment on a proposal that I've been speaking with Council President Gomez and Councilmember Monica Montgomery about. A proposal that Councilmember Montgomery announced earlier today. They propose creating the city's first office of race and equity, and it has my full support. We have heard the voices of the public these past so many weeks. To end racism, we need systemic change. This office, I believe, will be a step in that direction. This new office would help eliminate barriers as it relates to city contracting, city policies, and developing stronger relationships with the community. It's the right thing to do, and I encourage the City Council to approve it and responsibly fund it today. I also want to say, Council President, myself, Councilmember Montgomery, we have been in close communication over the last several weeks. And we agree that we need lasting change for our city. Appreciate their input and all the input of the City Council members. I want to thank them for their leadership during this very important time. I also want to take a minute to thank the hundreds of residents who took time and are letting their voices be heard today through the budget process. City Hall hears you. That's incredibly important. And I look forward to seeing the budget passed so we can put these policies into practice and continue making positive change for San Diego. Topic number 2 on public safety. The police department has taken many steps over the past years to improve police-community relations. San Diego was one of the first big cities to implement body-worn cameras on every single officer. And all of our department's policies and procedures are online for the public to review. And just last week, the department took a very critical step in announcing the decision to end the carotid restraint, a decision that I fully support. I also directed the city's police advisory and oversight boards to hold special meetings last week to discuss what we can do better as a department and with community relations, and what we can do better in terms of police de-escalation methods. Those meetings took place over the course of the week, and I think one thing was very clear. our San Diego Police Department will continue to build on its relationship with the community by adopting de-escalation policies. It's important to listen. Now we need to act. The meetings carved forward a path for SDPD to build on the progress already made and to implement additional changes. The Chief and I met earlier today to discuss what some of these next steps may look like. And we both agree that at the end of the day, the San Diego Police Department needs to be effective, accountable, transparent, and above all else, have the trust of the public. Appreciate all of the work and help and all the great work that people are doing. More announcements on this later this week. Topic number 3, reopening more of our local economy and community. Over the last couple of weeks, we have continued the process of loosening restrictions, reopening beaches and parks across San Diego. We're doing it safely. San Diego is doing it safely and responsibly with coordination with our public safety leaders and our county public health officials. I want to remind everyone of some of the reopenings that we've previously announced that will be starting this week. Starting today, of course, we reopened East and West Mission Bay parks to all park and water uses, and Fiesta Island to pedestrians, dogs, and cyclists only. Starting tomorrow, we will open all piers and boardwalks within the city of San Diego. And starting this Friday, we will open the following: Balboa Park, Central Mesa, and Balboa Park parking lots at their full capacity. All of this information is on the city's website at sandiego.gov/coronavirus. Enforcement will remain as directed by the county health order. All persons on the beach are asked to practice physical distancing, asking the public not to congregate or participate in active sport activity on the beaches for the time being. We're continuing to make meaningful progress, San Diegans, so thank you. Thank you for adhering to the directives and seeing us continue to be able to make these changes to reopening more parts of our economy. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your cooperation. The state also gave guidance for the next phase of reopening our economy this Friday. And if you may have heard, our county officials announced the following activities are allowed as of today: day camps, campgrounds, RV parks, outdoor recreation, including sport fishing, charter boats, and limited youth sports. County officials also said the following sectors and activities can begin no sooner than this Friday, as long as they file their plans with the county. Those include gyms and fitness centers. This includes pools, and the county clarified that this applies to HOA pools, bars and wineries, zoos and aquariums, hotels, indoor museums and galleries, and family entertainment venues like bowling alleys and arcades. Again, that is welcome news. That's welcome because it continues to demonstrate how seriously we have taken this as San Diegans, and throughout not just the city of San Diego, but countywide. Adhering to these restrictions, all of us are looking forward to reopening all of this for each of us, getting people back to work and enjoying more and more outdoor activities. Very important. Keep it up, San Diegans. Thank you for that. And with that, if there's any questions from the media, not believe there are any. Thank you. That concludes today's update. Let's keep up the good work. Thank you very much.